Looking at vet now, the future of the country now is agriculture, and vets play a huge role in the agricultural sector. So I would say for everyone that wants to study vets, you are secured. Your job is secured. You have a job security, especially in the future of Nigeria and in the agricultural sector. So I believe if you want to study vet and you're a doctor already now, vet is lucrative, because looking at the future of Nigeria economy, vet will be instrumental in ensuring that our food production and animal production is in check. So, and also for the opportunities to also practice outside there in the country, but both can also work hand in hand. Okay.
So I would say that generally you all know that traveling abroad is more rewarding than staying in Nigeria. For everything, any other, whether it is vet or not, going abroad is better than staying in Nigeria. But in Nigeria too, you can still make it in Nigeria. You can still do whatever you want to do in Nigeria. In Nigeria, if you want to set up a private practice, it is easier to set up a private practice in Nigeria.
It's your license.
But
abroad, you have to write some exams.
You need to write some exams. You need a lot of money to...
And those exams cost a lot.
And there's no guarantee that you even pass the exam at worst. So you have to weigh your
option. Yeah.
So I would say that for veterinary medicine, the job opportunities are not limited. As a vet, one can work at the abattoir, and the job of a vet at the abattoir is to inspect meat before it is sold into the society. It helps to prevent zoonotic diseases like tuberculosis, anthrax, brucellosis, because these diseases are diseases that could cause havoc in the society. So that's what the vets in abattoirs do. They can also work in the paramilitary. They can work in places like the Polo Club, where there are horses. Then they can set up a private practice too. They can work in pharmaceutical organizations. A vet can also be in like in a pharmacy, where the job of the vet is to man the veterinary drugs in that pharmacy, to prescribe drugs to farmers, pet owners, breeders, and people who have animals. So the job opportunities are not limited at all.
Okay, I think I should mention something about the paramilitary. I think one area where vets also really play a long ways in the immigration service, where when you import good animal product and also export animal product, vets are there at the airport, at the seaports, to inspect these things, to check these things are of good quality before they are exported and also imported to the country. I think another aspect of where people don't even pay attention to, vets are also involved in the research. In the research community, vets play a huge role, because most of the drugs or research that are being done, that first of all practice or vets first of all exemplified on animals. So vets play a very huge role to ensure that these things are done properly. So even in human surgery, most of the surgeries that are done on humans are first of all practice on animals, especially pigs. So vets are very, very important in the society, especially in surgery, in aviation services, and also in meat inspection, like she said.
Public health, preventing the transmission of diseases from animals to humans, because 60% of diseases are of animal origin. And if we don't protect the animals, we are also not protected. They are in danger too.
Even if you are working on your own and you're not being employed, if you're hardworking at your job, you will make employment, because your skills and the knowledge you've gathered over the year is enough to provide a fast solution to the challenges of animals around you, even to the challenges of the farmers, the public health in the abattoir. Your skills and your knowledge and provide solutions. And when you offer these services, you are being paid hugely. So that's for someone that is not being employed. For an employed vet, your salary minimum for an employed vet, usually working in a government setting, is 300,000. That's minimum 300,000 naira. That's for a fresh graduate, and you get your salary gets to be increased over the year. So I think
So I would say that what you need as a vet is your skills. You need to know your own needs. You need to, if you don't know your own needs, trust me, you will be poor as a vet. So you need to know what you are doing. I mean, people need. It's not about the doctor title now. So you have to know what you are doing as a vet, and even without, like he said, without even being employed, you can make somebody's salary in a month. You can make somebody's salary. Although in the private sector, some veterinary clinics pay a low amount, like 100,000, 120, 150, depending on the veterinary clinic.
And the location
of the clinic. So I would say that I would say it is not financially rewarding or financially rewarding. I would say that it depends on your knowledge, skill, and your exposure,
and the
aspect of veterinary medicine you want to venture in.
And but the thing is that in the long run, it will end up paying, because there's no aspect of vet medicine that in the long run you don't end up paying. Because we've heard of senior colleagues that started very small, but over the years they improved, they increase in revenue, and they increase in the money and in their profits. So I feel as a vet, no matter where you start from, if we keep on being consistent and diligent and acquire more skills in that area, you make money.
I know a senior colleague who got a job even before he got inducted into the profession. They were just waiting for him to be done so that he could come and start working there. So it's not really about the job, it's about you, it's about the skills that you have, it's about your knowledge, it's about your exposure and the information that you have as a vet. So I would say that for the government policies, I think that there's a law already, but I think it should be enforced. That
I think it's the enforcement
we need the enforcement of law, because we need to reduce quackery, the rate of quackery in veterinary people. Because even a palm wine tapper wants to practice veterinary medicine without any knowledge. So I think we should the law should be enforced.
Where the only licensed
veterinarian
can treat animals.
Not because I have the knowledge of it, I was treated by a vet. No, if you are not licensed, you should not treat an animal. Or the only time you can treat is when you're under supervision of a vet. So those are, I think, one thing that is missing is the enforcement of these laws. We have very beautiful laws in the Veterinary Council, but most of them are not being enforced. And another thing that I feel it is really wrong, or actually the government can come in, is what I call a proper definition of roles of persons in the society, especially in the agricultural sector. The roles of the vets, the roles of the animal scientists, the rules of the animal expert or technologists. Let these rules be properly defined, that each and everyone will know, this is my roles, this is the role of the vet, this is the role of the animal scientist, so that we do not just mix our roles together, that the animal scientist is playing the role of the vet and the vet also playing the role of the animal scientist. I think that's that proper definition of rules, and enforcement should be done by the government. I would like to practice in the small animal sector, and that's been my desire, and that's been my area of focus, especially even since my 100 level, 500 level when I went for my clinical intern. I interned at a small animal practice, and I've loved small animal practice since then. Small animal practice includes dogs,
cats, exotic animals like rabbit, like
guinea fowl. Those are small animals.
So I would like to practice in small animals as a small animal doctor. But I think I like equine medicine too. Like equine is horses. Equine medicine is also in the treatment of horses, and I think although it doesn't really, we have few people in that equine medicine in Nigeria. Okay, let me just say sorry. Okay, so I would like to practice small animal surgery, basically small animal surgery, especially when we in the area of anesthesiology.